Hey everybody, we're here with some more Dota. This is a... Let's go speed this up a little bit. I was actually planning to play Zeus because somebody asked me if I could play Zeus. But, I was going to, but then when I got to the game, it was actually single draft mode. And single draft mode is a kind of unique and just kind of cool because basically you get three choices of heroes to pick, one from each like attribute domain. So you'll get one strength hero, one agility hero, and one strength, one agi, one intellect hero. So I mean, you get that, and then you get to pick one. And so I picked my int hero, which was actually Warlock. You can see what my other team picked: Crystal Maiden, Doombringer, Faceless Void, and Venomancer. You've already seen, I mean not seen, you've already seen three of them, actually. Yeah, no, you've seen Venomancer and Faceless Void. I played as them before. But the other team is Axe, Storm Spirit, Nature's Prophet just got picked, and Vengeful Spirit, and Tidehunter. And you saw me play a Vengeful Spirit that one time. So, just because nobody else did, I bought the Courier, because if you don't start out with a Courier, you're gonna be fucked. And then I basically get a Ring of Protection, because I want to make a Ring of Basilius. And then, basically, then I just get some regen and a couple little stats.
30 seconds to
But, see, I'm traveling pretty light this time because I bought the Courier, which is kind of expensive, but oh well. So in the meantime, I'm going to be bottom with Crystal Maiden, which isn't horrible for us. I mean, Crystal Maiden has a lot of, like, disables and slows, whereas I don't. So, I mean, it's kind of good we're paired together for that reason. Doombringer's middle. I was like, I could have gone middle, but then I bought the Courier, so when you want to go middle, you don't want your Courier by going middle. Because then they'd be at a disadvantage in terms of items, and in middle, if you're at a disadvantage, it can be really bad. And then we have Venomancer, Faceless Void top, which is pretty good. I kind of wish it'd be better if we had like a designated stun top. We just have a slow from Venomancer, but if we had a stun, that probably would have been better. It might have been better if Venomancer and I went bottom with Crystal Maiden top with Faceless Void, but I don't know. So I'm just kind of checking over there, seeing if I can see anybody. There's nobody there. I think, yeah. Nature's Prophet actually jungles, but he's kind of slowish getting out there. He probably should have already been out there. So that was a little slow on his part, but basically, so now that by this point I've basically assumed that, and now I'm just trying to basically outlast him. I don't know if you guys saw what I did there, but when you target the enemy hero, the creeps will immediately attack you if you're in range, basically. And I used that to pull these things back here in hopes, so we're in a safer spot to farm, because obviously when we're down here, people can swing around behind us through here. Now it's a lot harder for them to do that. And Crystal Maid and I are basically just trying to harass the crap out of Axe, because there's no way he should be able to get any of these without taking some damage. It just should not happen. So here, I chase him a little bit and get quite a few hits off on him. Warlock has pretty good base damage, and here I just run away, because it's like, okay, you're a freaking melee hero, whatnot. Not very scary. He got a Battle Hunger on me. You can see how much damage that did. Battle Hunger is so good. And it's like amazingly good when you're in this type of situation where you cannot get close for your counter helix or your Call of the Berserker to really be good. You really need Battle Hunger so you can do some damage. So right now he's basically not getting any farm. Then I have my team up top. Let's see, how is that going? Faceless, I mean not Faceless Void, but Vengeful Spirit, Tidehunter is a pretty good lane. Who do they have middle? Storm Spirit. Yeah, it's Storm Spirit versus our Doombringer. Our Doombringer is going to be at a disadvantage basically, but he does have Devour, which basically insta-kills one creep every like however many seconds. Every 55, and it also gives bonus gold, so it's not so big a deal. Here I got Battle Hungered, so I really want to kill one of these creeps, and I do manage to do it there, so I don't take full Battle Hunger damage, but I take a lot. But I have a heal. In retrospect, I probably should have waited till I leveled up, because then I could have leveled up my heal. You may notice I'm level 2, and I only have one ability point. That's because I put the other one in my stats. Because Warlock is one hero where a lot of his abilities aren't... It kind of depends on the laning situation, but I could have gone for Fatal Bonds right away because that's really good. There, I got a creep right away. Here I just chase him and smack him a couple times. Because I was going to back up and pop myself anyways, which would heal me more than I needed at this point. So if I was going to take a couple hits from some of the creeps, it wouldn't be that big a deal. So yeah, Warlock's W is actually very unique in that it can both be a heal and a damage spell. So that's a pretty cool thing about it. Warlock has some of the best abilities in the game, basically. He has some really freaking good abilities. Fatal Bonds is probably one of the most overpowered abilities in the game. It's ridiculous. So here we get Void gets First Blood, which is very nice.
First blood.
I think he also manages to get Vengeful Spirit. I think he does, but I think he dies after. Yeah, he dies. Not sure if that was worth it. That probably wasn't worth it. He probably should have just waited because he had already hurt her enough that she'd have to back up. Here we're just harassing Axmore. Get a few hits on him. Every hit counts. He's completely out of regen now. So he doesn't have hardly any money. I mean, if he could afford a ring of health, he'd be fine, but he cannot afford a ring of health. So it's very difficult for him to, like, do shit in that way. Yeah, Doom has to back up middle because Storm Spirit kind of beat his ass a little bit. Yeah, and then here we have Venomancer top. Void is actually running back, unfortunately. So Venomancer's gonna die here. He's not gonna run away, not be able to make it away, unfortunately. So I'm just basically denying and shit because I have 16 more damage than Crystal Maiden right now, so I hit a lot harder. I also have more armor. I have an extra 3 armor actually, which is pretty good. So I'm a lot tankier than her, but she has better disables. I mean, Warlock has no disables. He has a very powerful slow, but it's not very good until you get it maxed out. And that's why you generally wait until like the end of the game to get it, because it's only really good in teamfights too. It's a very large AOE slow, and it slows a shit ton. It only slows a little bit at first, but the longer they're in it, the more it slows, till it's just like they cannot even freaking move. It's ridiculous how much it slows. But so I did get Fatal Bonds now. Fatal Bonds is pretty good for like harassing, because what it does, you can read it if you want. You can bind people together, and then they like share damage kind of a little bit. I get a lot of kills with that. It's an absolutely amazing ability, really. Missed that one. But up top we have more fighting. They're gonna get another. This Tide should die. Oh my god, that's some lucky time locks by the dude. He shouldn't chase this. He should just back up.
Storm Force double damage.
He's gonna die. He should have just fucking backed up. That was silly. Oh, I forgot to watch this. In the meantime, we got ganked top, and you can see here, I used Fatal Bond, so these 3 are chained together, and so if any of them takes damage, they all share a little bit of that damage. So yeah, that's just what happened there. You saw that thing came across. There's another one. Those lines are them sharing damage, because Axe was getting hit by this dude. It was sharing damage a little bit, and I mean really, it's not too powerful. One thing it can do is the bottle that Storm has. If you use bottle, it basically gives you health and mana over a very short amount of time. It's quite a bit of regen. But if he had Fatal Bonds on when he was using that, and he took the damage from Fatal Bonds, it would actually cancel it, which is pretty good. Let's see, what else do we have up here? Venomancer is hurt a little bit. At least he has boots, which is good. I don't think I have boots. Oh, I do have boots. There I do some Fatal Bonds just to hurt him, because it does do a lot of damage. And then Crystal Maiden disables. He dies. Very good. We get another kill. So it's like even though Crystal Maiden died, but then we come right back and we kill Axe, so it's actually not a huge deal that she died. I mean, it's kind of a big deal, but now we just killed Axe, so it's not that big of a deal. Kind of an even thing. Right now I have lots of mana regen, because Crystal Maiden, she's actually going heavy aura, which gives a lot of mana regen to everybody on the map while she's alive, at least on our team. So that's extremely good. And then I have a Ring of Basilius, which does give a little more mana regen. Not to mention my int is fairly high, so I can do pretty well in that regard. Here I back up, because I'm like, holy shit, because I did not expect them to fortify then. Because I thought, oh my god, they might come gank us, which is why they fortified, so they could try and keep us there or something. But as it turns out, they actually just did that because they didn't want to take, like, any damage at all, or whatever. I don't know. So did somebody just die? He just said lol. Why did he say lol for? I have no idea. Here we met, Crystal May and I swing middle, and we managed to kill Storm Spirit. He was chasing pretty hard after a Doombringer and almost killed him, but we managed to come around and support and get the kill. So it was totally worth it. So Crystal Maiden's going to take some solo experience and stuff middle, while I go bottom again. So once again, Fatal Bonds.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Battle Hunger does do ass tons of damage. But see, I get it off there. It's very important that you kill a creep when he does it. Here I pop a Clarity because I'm like, I want a little bit of mana, but then I make the mistake of like messing it up. I basically got one of the range creeps to attack me, and that turned it off. But yeah, so my spell, he has a Ring of Health now, so he's not doing too bad. He'll eventually regen a lot, but my Shadow Word actually does a lot of damage because that does 360 damage. And I am hitting pretty hard, 78 damage. There, I missed that last hit, so I'm kind of hurt. I missed that one again. I'm just like, god damn it, I suck. But I have a heal, and it actually does heal for quite a bit. So I see he's totally, like, wants to kill me, and I just wanted to kill him. I probably would have lived, but the Nature's Prophet ultimate got me. But my team's going to get another kill on Vengeful Spirit. The Vengeful Spirit Tide lane did not do very well. Yeah, Tide is so unbelievably screwed. Doomed, and he has a Doombringer chasing him. And they need to just run, because they're not going to be able to catch Nature's Prophet. So that was pretty good. Team's doing pretty well. Let's just check at some stuff. We have a decent experience lead. More importantly, we have quite a large gold lead. That's mostly because we basically have been stomping Axe on the bottom lane. My ultimate, if you didn't know, it basically calls down this golem from the sky. It has Flaming Fist, so it can deal extra damage sometimes, and it has permanent immolation. It does damage to those around it. It lasts for a little while after the ult. I mean, I'll show you like the tooltip for it. It gets more damage, more HP, more armor each time you level up the thing, and yeah, it's just really good. It also stuns for 1 second, and that 1 second stun goes through Black King Bar. Black King Bar, it makes you immune to magic, but it goes through that. So right now I backed up a lot because I'm like, he is going to want to cast Battle Hunger on me. But right now he is just taking a lot of damage from Fatal Bonds and stuff. Because I hooked him to basically 3 creeps. So they have 560 health, so they're going to take about 1500 damage. So he's going to take about 20% of 1500 damage, which is about 300 damage. Which is pretty substantial when you think about it. It's a very powerful spell, and it's not even as good as it could be. So Axe did not see Crystal Maiden, I don't think. So he gets a little too close. We get another kill. Glorious. Denies, because I denied my creep, denies also remove Battle Hunger, which is what happened there. Their entire team's top, and so I'm like, shit, I'm gonna go top. Here I go. Woo! I was thinking about going in there and trying to Fatal Bond somebody, but oh well. I just resigned myself to basically farming up here. Trying to get a little bit of money, get a little experience. Warlock is a hero that really needs experience, because he cannot really contribute a whole lot until his spells are high level. So you kind of do need that the high levels to get Shadow Word and Fatal Bonds. Fatal Bonds is amazing when you're doing team fights because you can bond their entire team together, which is very good. I'm going for a Mechanism now, which is an excellent item. So right now I have how much armor is that? 13. So I have 44% damage reduction, physical damage reduction. Crystal Maiden is also coming top. Doombringer's just chilling in the bottom. We're like, we should probably kill top. There's a Fatal Bonds. And there I do my Shadow Word. I wonder how much damage this does to him. I didn't get to see this because it was off screen. But just look at his health just drop like a freaking rock. And then he still has the poison on him too. So it's like he just lost 600 health from 3 spells basically. And that pushed him back for an easy tower. So I believe I went and I bought a TP scroll. I'm trying to decide where to teleport, I believe. I'm going mid because we're like, we should kill Storm Spirit. But he backs off at that exact instant, and I'm like, shit, I better go bottom then, because I can see they're pushing bottom pretty hard. Unfortunately, Storm Spirit has the same idea. I recall this part. And he's like, I'm gonna go bottom. And I'm like, la 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 la. But I saw Storm Spirit with my Observer Ward, so I'm like, do. I tried to do a Fatal Bonds on Nature's Prophet, but I failed. Casting that on him, waiting for my team basically, but then I'll ult because I have my ultimate up. We have an invisible Doombringer. There's my ult. We Doom Storm Spirit. Doom is very good against Storm Spirit because his ultimate basically lets him like teleport around almost, and the Doom of course makes it so he can't do that because it completely silences him. So here goes this axe. He's like, oh no, I must escape. No, you cannot escape. We get a good time. That was a really lucky time lock by the Void, otherwise he might have gotten away. But then we get a triple kill, and we just had Crystal Maiden die. So 3 for 1 is very good. Out of that, we still have not a too big experience bonus like difference, but we are increasing our gold advantage steadily. Healing myself up. God, that ability is so good. My only problem is right now I don't have enough mana. Like, I don't have a big enough mana, like, regen. I mean, I am regenning 4.9 per second, but I need something else, and I will go get a,
I'm over here.
Arcane Boots. I believe he is dead. He does get his ult off and a Venomous Gale, so that's going to do shit tons of damage to these two.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So yeah, that Vengeful Spirit took ass tons of damage. This guy's like, die! He wanted Vengeful Spirit to die so bad. Here, once again, I'm going top, because I'm like, doo-doo-doo, gonna farm money. Except I'm not paying attention, and I could have gotten that one, but I have my Mechanism now. So, Mechanism, if you saw my Venomancer video, basically lets you heal your team around you, and it also provides passive health regen, 5 per second. So that's going to give me a lot of nice regen, because right now I'm only doing 1.8 now, but then I'll be doing 6.8, which is a very large increase. Deny. I do believe I actually have a lot of denies this game. If we look at the gold per minute, I am actually... Oh, Doom has more, but I am the second highest on our team. That changes at the end. At the end of the game, I do not get so farmed. Waiting for this to go away. But I'll eventually get... Because right now I am 3, 1, and 4, so I've been getting lots of money from kills and stuff. I also have been getting pretty good last hits in my lane. I kind of stole quite a few from Crystal Maiden.
Invisibility.
But Warlock is definitely can do semi-carry-ish, which is kind of important. Right now my team is down here fighting, and I'm like, I should probably come help.
Fortune favors friends.
Just casting my spell, because I have mana to spare. And it does hurt quite a bit. It is nothing to scoff at. But we lost 3 people there, so they actually have more kills than us. And if you let's look, they actually have more experience now, and they made quite a significant jump back from gold. But we were down to 5,000 there for a second, so 3 kills isn't going to help them that much. I actually put up my ward there. I'm thinking if I can ult this dude, and then I can use my my Shadow Word thing, I could maybe kill him. But I'm like, But in the meantime, ultimate. Fatal Bonds, so good. I got all 3 of them together, and they are so screwed. I go after this lady because I don't want her to die. But you look at this. She dies because they kill Nature's Prophet. I didn't actually kill her, the Fatal Bonds did. But I get a kill for it because obviously I cast Fatal Bonds, so it counts as mine. So we got 2 kills there, and I have my Golem up, so we're going to push this tower. So did I have level 2 Golem? I don't. For some reason, yeah, I must have had level 2. How much health does he have? He should have like 1,000 if he's level 2. He has 1,200. So yeah, that's a level 2 golem. And this Tide Hunter should not have been there, and that was actually a huge waste of a Doom. We should have kept that Doom, because, I mean, Storm Spirit's up. If Storm Spirit tries to defend against a Doom, he's kind of fucked. So right now they're pushing bottom, and we're like, okay. We'll let them have bottom, but we'll take middle, you know. We'll trade it, because that's a tier 1 tower. We'll trade tier 1 for tier 2 anytime.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
For some reason, she decided to be smart to swap in. There's another Fatal Bonds. Fatal Bonds so good. Fatal Bonds so good. Here, I'm basically just shooting Axe as much as I can to try and kill Storm Spirit, and I do get the kill on Storm Spirit. So, very good. Very good Fatal Bondsing so far. It's just, like, ridiculously good. Because it basically almost doubles your team's output, because if you chain their entire team together and they're attacking one hero, 80% of the damage that they do gets split evenly among the other 4. And that is just absurdly, like, good. Doubling your team's damage, and it's from damage from any source. So it can be damage from regular auto-attacking damage from spells. It's just amazingly good. So I believe I get my Arcane Boots, because Arcane Boots are great, and I actually pick up wards. I haven't been warding this entire time. I've been leaving that to my other people. I'm not sure who's been buying them, but I've been leaving that to my other people because I wanted to get my mechanism finished. So, I mean, not every support should get wards, you know. Some people should get wards, others should go for things like mechanism that are also very helpful for supports to have. So I basically have all my items I need to do a successful support. I can give mana, I can give health, I give passive mana and armor from Basilius. So I can afford wards now. Basically everything I get from now on is icing on the cake. I do make one mistake in this. Doom ends up getting a Drums of Endurance, and then I end up getting it. But you only need one, because they don't stack. They give an aura that increases attack speed and move speed, but they don't stack, so it's kind of dumb for us to both get them. Let's see. Who's doing well? 401. Our Doom has been farming pretty well. Faceless Void, not so much. I've been doing quite well. But, I mean, if you look at their Tide and Vengeful Spirit, they've been doing kind of horrible. Also, I am the highest level in the game, level 14. Which is very good, because if you're a really high-level Warlock, basically it lets you get really powerful ults. I think he can kill him. Oh no, the Doom wore off. So I'm like, shit, I better run down here. Then I'm like, no. I'm like, oh shit, Crystal Maiden, no. I Fatal Bonds those two together. Pop my mechanism. I'm like, shit. So he's gonna die as well. Here, I'm just like, I'm gonna tank Axe. I'm just so fucking tanky at this point. So then Axe basically has to run, and I'm like, shit. If she would have gotten a Frostbite off, she doesn't have the mana for it though, which is highly unfortunate. And there comes Nature's Prophet, actually.
Invisibility.
Oh, he went this way, okay. I was trying, because the Golem actually has Immolation, so it does damage around them. I was actually trying to get him with the Immolation, but it did not work so well. My Golem's about to die, too, so it's going to be like, Master! Brrr. Poor Golem. So Storm did get away. He is going for a Lincoln Sphere, which is pretty good. Basically, it gives a lot of mana regen and stuff, and it also just gives health and mana. But it kind of works, it just blocks kind of a spell that gets cast at him. Has to be a single target spell, though, I believe. So it is very good for Storm Spirit in this case, because if Doom's not paying attention, Doom could doom him with his ultimate, and then the Lincoln Sphere might counteract the Doom, and that would suck because Doom is our best, easiest way to kill Storm Spirit. It's a really easy kill on this, whatchamacallit, Vengeful Spirit. Yeah, she's not getting away. That's kind of silly to attempt the teleport, because now she just wasted 135 gold on a teleport that obviously would not work. So I'm just over here, and I'm like, doo-doo-doo, chilling around, but I don't want to go very close because I could get fucked. I don't think their axe has Blink yet. No, he does not. I don't know if he ever gets Blink. Tidehunter does not have very much either. Now I'm like, I'm probably pretty safe. So Fatal Bonds is also great for pushing. It's not that wise to use it for pushing when you can, because just it has a pretty big mana cost, and also it has a long cooldown. It's like a half-minute cooldown, I think. 25 seconds. 20 seconds, 50 seconds, 165. All of Warlock's spells are very high cooldown. So basically what you want to do as a Warlock is really pay attention to who you cast your spells on. Because if you can have a very good Fatal Bonds like I've been having, it just is invaluable, and it basically makes the entire fight easy. Here, I'm just like, oh my god, no. I managed to counteract the Battle Hunger. But now he's coming after me again. But I'm basically just playing chicken with him at this point. And here, now Tide's coming after me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Ah. Because I thought Axe was still coming after me, but he was not. Another Fatal Bonds. I thought I was going to catch these dudes. I did not. If I had caught them, it would have been quite a different story. So here comes Faceless Void. Pretty easy kill at this point. He actually does ult us, which is a pretty big deal. Thankfully, Crystal Maiden already has a Blink Dagger. She has been farming up a storm. She already has a Blink Dagger, which is amazing. They actually have more experience than us, but we have a 5k gold advantage. And in general, I say we're just playing better as a team. So, Faceless Void, he has a healing salve and my spell on him, so he heals up ridiculously fast. And then I also pop a mech to heal me and others, and it also provides, when you do activate it, it gives an armor bonus, 2 armor bonus for a while. So I have 19 armor actually right now. Oh, not 19, 17 I mean. Which I believe is the highest on my team. And we're just going to take this tower, because they cannot beat us right now. I mean, I have my ultimate up. If Warlock has his ultimate up, it's pretty hard to win against him. At least at the point we're at. Really late game, his golem's not as good, obviously, because people just do more damage late game, and it's very easy to just, like, kill it. There's also certain items you can get that can insta-kill. So here we take a lot of damage from a Nature's Prophet ult. And I'm like, oh shit, that sucks. But then I'm like, surprise, mechanism. Then I cast heal on Crystal Maiden to counteract the Battle Hunger. Tide and Vengeful Spirit get caught way out of position. Also, I managed to get a Fatal Bonds on these two. So they do take a bit of damage from that. And just at this point, I mean, I still have my ult, and we killed 2 of them. So we're just like, let's just go take the thing. So Nature's Prophet does kill our tower, but we're like, fine, you can fucking push Nature's Prophet, and we'll just take the tower.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Stupid tower keeps attacking me. At this point, I'm just like, whatever. Just gonna heal myself and tank it. Oh no, I got alt tabbed out. Computer still likes to do that. But we didn't miss anything. We're still trying to get the barracks. They actually try and initiate on us, and I'm just like, lol, noobs. Fatal Bonds. I hit Storm Spirit as well, and he's doomed, so Storm Spirit is fucked, basically. And we also get Vengeful Spirit and Tidehunter. So we do pretty well for that. And Tidehunter is just getting his face pounded in.
Let the sharks have my flesh. You lose face.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Should be popping my heal on, I should have popped my heal on Faceless Void there before I tried to teleport out. I was going to teleport out to push this, but then Venomancer comes, so I'm actually going to go middle and push this out. But we got a Rax already in... Well, that wasn't that fast of a Rax. But we did it pretty convincingly. I mean, Their Tide Hunter just gets out of position way too much, basically. Because, I mean, a Tide Ravage can make a huge deal, and it just wasn't, because he was just making a huge dumb thing. He was making lots of mistakes in regards to positioning.
Illusion.
So, actually, a cool thing, or one thing I just want to explain, is our Doombringer wanted to save that illusion for the Faceless Void. And the reason you wanted to do that was because Faceless Void, his illusions have the time lock, which means they can stun and do bonus damage. So that's extremely good. Also, I believe his movement speed is faster, 360, and nope, Doom's is actually a little bit faster. And he also has phase boots, but you can't use phase boots on illusions. But now we're just gonna take the Roshan because we took the barracks. They're gonna be busy defending, and we're just gonna take this really quick. They don't actually have wards up, which is a big problem for them. They have 2 wards here, but none by the Roshan, which is probably more important. So they probably don't even know we're doing this unless they just had intuition about it. And so we're gonna take this pretty easily. Faceless Void grabs it, and then we're just like, let's push bottom. Because, I mean, we have an Aegis now. Faceless Void, if he dies, he'll come back to life. And, yeah. We're just like, let's push bottom. Because we can take this tower probably pretty easily, and that'll be good. Their Nature's Prophet is up top, and so we saw that, or at least I did. And I was like, do I want to teleport top to do it? And I'm like, nah, we'll make the same trade we did last time, where he took this tower. He can have this one, but we'll just take this one. So that's not a big deal. I'll do that every time. I'll do that. So they're going to take this. This one was low on health anyways, whereas this is a fresh tower, so it's a little more important. Using Fatal Bonds to push, because I know they cannot defend right now. And we're going to get an easy tower out of this. Crystal Maiden actually gets the final hit. So she has, oh my god, 4,000 gold on her. Yowza. So I think by now, actually I'm still doing pretty well in money. I start dying a lot though in a little bit. I die quite a few times in short succession, so I start losing my farm. I actually managed to link Axe to all these creeps, so he takes a bit of damage from that, but not a whole lot. I probably should have saved it for the actual like team fight. So Faceless Void is going in. I cast my heal on him, or I try to. I get stuck instead. They go after me, and I do manage to get my ult off, which is important. Faceless Void would have died. I thought he did die there, because later on I thought he didn't have the Aegis, but he actually backtracked that attack, so he managed not to die. Here I'm just having my golem tank the tower, basically, so we can kill it. So it's very important to get your golem off before you die in a team fight, just because you do want... I can micro my golem after death and get gold and help my team push, so it's important to do. So it does do quite a bit of damage, and it's really tanky. It just has so much health, 1,500, and it regens health like a monstrosity. Right now I'm using it to basically harass the Nature's Prophet, and it's hitting like a truck against him. Unfortunately, it does die. Time limit ran out, I believe. But Doom goes down, which is unfortunate. We lost Doom and Venomancer. The barracks almost goes down. So close. So close to going down. That's okay, though. We managed to defend this tower, and we actually managed to deny it as well, which is good. I actually had to use a fortification there because a catapult would have killed it, but because I didn't want that to happen, because at this point I'm figuring, okay, we got this barracks down, so and that lane's pushed really far, so they're not going to be able to push this one easily to this one. So we'd only need a fortification for these other 2 lanes, and these are also pushed pretty hard, and I'm like, we're not going to need that fortification in the next 5 minutes. It's way more important that I deny this tower. Here I'm basically just trying to solo their fucking Storm Spirit.
I'm over here.
I can almost do it. If I had my ultimate, I could do it, no question. I'm just trying to juke him at this point. I was warding here, and then I wanted to basically do whatever. It was hilarious. The Nature's Prophet actually stole the kill. That was hilarious. Storm Spirit does all this work and spends all that mana and shit. And then Nature's Prophet is just like, ult, take the kill. Hell yeah. So that sucks I died. But that's just a testament to how strong I am right now. Because I can almost take their Storm Spirit. He's actually a level above me. Which is kind of surprising, because I'm a really high level, I think. I'm tied with Doombringer in our team for the most. They have a Sentry Ward there. The counter ward. I did not counter ward. I think the Vengeful Spirit was counter warding this game, but oh well. So right now we just can't really do anything. We're kind of just farming and stuff. We actually are engaging down here. This Axe really wants to go and ult the Crystal Maiden, because right now if he ulted her, she would die instantly. So he really wants to get her. She popped Black King Bar for whatever reason. This is an easy kill. Boom. Easy kill. Here we have Storm Spirit, who has like no regen really. So he's kind of just stuck here, which sucks for him. And we do kill the courier. I think... I'm not sure how the courier died. I think it might have been going to the Storm Spirit and cutting through here, and I think Doom got it. I think Doom was chasing it. I think he saw it and he chased it all the way over here, and he found it. It's pretty funny. So we're pushing bottom again, because Axe is dead, so... It's very important when you're like in this late game kind of thing. We're kind of late game now. I consider after half an hour to be late game, kind of. But after late game, it's very important not to get picked off like that, because now they have to try and defend against a lot like 4v5. Here, I have so many heals. This Crystal Maiden's like, ouch, I'm hurt. And I'm like, not anymore. So they go ult in. I get caught right at the edge of that, which sucks. There's my ult, and here I actually do my slow. Just watch this. Look how slow he moves. He just can't even run. He just cannot even run. Just can't even run. Well, now he's getting stunned a ton by the Faceless Void. He was trying to get his ult off and kill him, but he did not succeed. And there we go. We get this barracks finally. So right now we are doing quite well. I teleport top to stop this. To be honest, I probably should have stayed. I just sick my golem on this tower. I probably should have stayed and healed Venomancer and Crystal Maiden. So I almost had my mechanism and I could have cast my heal again. And that would have made quite a big difference in their HP. Right now, I guess they're just trying to end it. Had I stayed, we probably could have ended it right then. But Storm Spirit respawns. He's like, fuck this.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Right now, fucking Doombringer has a Vanguard, a Heart of Tarask, and a Chainmail. So Crystal Maiden dies, but Tidehunter dies as well. So I'm just kind of pushing middle, because that's the last barracks they have. The other lanes will push themselves, basically. Just like, die! She's not gonna die. No. So, they're just like a fighting. They like cannot do anything. Oh, there's a stun on the Faceless Void.
I'm over here.
Oh, he crit for 300. Yeah, he ate the wolf, so he has a crit and damage aura. It's just like ridiculous. He is so tanky. I was trying to get there. If I could have gotten there, I could have maybe healed him or something. But Doombringer basically respawns. Their courier is finally back. But no, we're just like, let's just push the last tower. Because Doombringer bought back, so he's going to be here pretty soon. Once again, pop my heal on the Faceless Void while he tanks. If he stopped tanking there. Then he resumes the tankage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That tower's going to go down soon. He took so much damage from jumping in.
Here I am.
I was trying to chain a Vengeful Spirit together with somebody. Doombringer was really like to doom people.
Looking for me?
Right now we're kind of just we basically yeah, here I thought he actually died there, but he has the Aegis, so it's not so big a deal.
Radiant's middle barracks
I do my ult and it immediately dies from the fountain.
Fun begin. I'm over here. Puddin' pop.
Here I cast this because it just slows so much. Just look at them. They can't even freaking move. You can see he actually died from that. He was in the fountain regenning and he died. That just shows that just goes to show how freaking good Fatal Bonds is. It's amazing as hell.
The party.
We back off and we just take the barracks just to help end it. And there goes the barracks. Doombringer actually dies. How sad. And he's dead for a long time now because he bought back already.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Easy kill.
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
Fatal Bonds, go!
Radiant's ancient is
Look at that. Look how many people die from this Fatal Bonds. This is ridiculous.
Radiant's ancient is under
We just killed 2 of their people inside their fountain.
I rise again. Looking for me?
I think the Crystal Maiden dies here. Yeah.
Radiant's ancient is
But
under
I just kill it.
attack.
GG. GG's were called. And we are victorious. That was a pretty fun game. I had a couple really good Fatal Bonds. A couple times I failed. But Fatal Bonds is just amazing. A must-have ability, I dare say. A little bit of graphical glitch there. But yeah. I actually tied for the most kills with the Doombringer. Had the most assists. I know Crystal Maiden had a little bit more. I had the least deaths though. Because that's just because I had a lot of health, and I had lots of healing, and I had tons of armor, 18 armor. So I was pretty darn tanky at that point, and that's what you want to be as a support hero, is just be tanky and like live a long ass time. So I actually do end up getting quite a bit of gold. Venomancer does outfarm me, but I mean I have a lot of experience per minute, which is almost more important than gold for Warlock. Because I mean after I had my arcane boots and my mechanism, I bought the Gem of Endurance, which I didn't really need because I didn't see Doom had one, which was kind of my bad. But I was basically just going to go for a Scythe of Ice, which turns people into sheeps and crap. I'm sure you guys have seen that used. I think I used that one other time in one of my other videos, but I mean, that's an unnecessary item. It's kind of a luxury item. I didn't really need it at that point. It would have just given me a lot of mana regen and also given me the ability to basically disable Storm Spirit, which is what I really wanted, because Storm Spirit is annoying. He actually built a Bloodstone instead of a Lincoln's, and I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that. I think a Lincoln's would have been amazing, because it could have cancelled out the Doom from the Doombringer if Doom tried to initiate with that, which would have been extremely helpful. Because that was really our only way we could catch Storm Spirit, because we don't have that many stuns. I mean, Crystal Maiden is like the only one who could actually disable him with her Frostbite. I mean, Venomancer and I both have slows, but that you cannot kill a Storm Spirit with slows. You need stuns and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I felt I did pretty well that game. That was actually was that my first or my second game as Warlock? I think that was my first game actually. I did play Warlock quite a bit in Dota 1, but I think this is my first time in Dota 2, and he is an amazingly fun hero, just because his spells are just so interesting. And like, cause I mean, like he has a thing that can act as a heal and a damage. He has Fatal Bonds, which is amazing. He also has his slow upheaval, which is like one of the best slows in the game, really, as far as I'm concerned. And it works so well on him, because I mean, after he casts Shadow Word, Fatal Bonds, and his ult, he really has 2 options: either auto attack, which you do want to do in sometimes, because I mean his attack damage is very high. I mean I'm hitting for over 150, and I have really no straight damage items. So I mean you can auto attack with him, but you can also cast upheaval, which is extremely good. I mean, if they didn't have Storm Spirit, if it was like a what would be different? Like if they had I don't know, some melee carry that's not anti-mage, I can blink. If they would have had like a Life Stealer and I had upheaval, that would have been so good against him. Because after he would use his rage, he wouldn't be magic immune, and I could just slow the crap out of him. and he would just be useless, and we could just dance around him the entire time. But yeah, basically they lost because their Vengeful Spirit Tidehunter died too much, and Axe got destroyed bottom lane. He did not have very good gold. We kind of just shut him down bottom. Nature's Prophet should have tried to help Axe more, I feel, in the bottom lane. But yeah, we just dominated our bottom lane. And then I was able to get some really good Fatal Bonds in the mid game, along with some good ultimates, like the one at the middle tower here, where I got the Fatal Bonds and we got a double kill off that we probably shouldn't have gotten. I mean, Vengeful Spirit probably should have gotten away, but she didn't because Fatal Bonds is amazing. So it's just awesome. So yeah, I think Warlock is definitely one of my favorite int heroes, just because his abilities are just so interesting, and they're really strong, but I mean, that's balanced by a long cooldown. Anyways, that's that. One thing I find really interesting, hold on. There's something I find really interesting. I was on such a huge win streak earlier. I was on a 5 win streak, which is a lot. But then I lost my Lion game. We basically got outpicked. So they beat us laning, which sucks. Got outpicked in this Bane game too, which is unfortunate. And then we had a Night Stalker game that I was actually destroying people. I was doing so well. And if you look at this, it shows you like your performance. I mean, this is average right here. I mean, you look at my Night Stalker. I was doing really well as a Night Stalker, apparently. I felt like I was doing well. I had already gotten a lot of kills. I hadn't died. I had really good items. I basically won because I was actually doing middle lane against a Doombringer, kind of like what we were doing. We ran a Doombringer middle. But then I was a Night Stalker versus a Doombringer, and I could just beat his face in because Night Stalker is such an early mid-game hero. He is so good then. And so I was just beating the crap out of him. I beat the crap out of him in lane, started going around killing people, and basically my team rage quit because, what was it, our Windrunner died, and she got all pissy because she was like, Gondar, why the fuck didn't you help? And then Gondar's like, because you were dead. And then she was like, run, 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 and then everybody raged except for me. I tried to solo it. I tried to solo 1v5, and I was actually not doing too bad because I was doing so well, but it was just like, I couldn't do it. Just impossible. So that sucked. But yeah, so there's my win. First win after that losing streak, which sucks. But you can see it says I did pretty well. I felt like I did pretty well. I don't know how this scale works. I just know this is average. I'm not sure what it means when you're up here. Like if that's a certain percentile. Am I like in the top 25% when you get past here? Or are you in like the top 10% when you get past here? So it's like top 50, top 25, top 10%. I don't know. Bottom, top 75%, and this is like the bottom, like the worst person ever, which would make me really sad. I think my worst person is that Lion game. I got just outpicked really hard, and so I couldn't really do a whole lot, but I still almost did average. And that Vengeful Spirit game where I made a lot of silly mistakes, but I'm performing above average. Yeah! I think that is like a logarithmic kind of scale, though, or something. But, I mean, that's it. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm going to try and do Zeus sometime. I just couldn't do it because it was single draft that time. And I'm probably not going to do it today now because I recorded this, so I'll try and do Zeus. Let me know if you guys want any other heroes. I already have Zeus lined up. And then just tell me if you want anybody else, anybody you saw in the game today, any of my other videos or anything. So I'm going to try and do a lot of Dota 2. I think I want to do this pretty regularly because, I don't know, I just like Dota 2 a lot. I'll try and do some more stuff with friends too. I keep bothering my friends to play with me, but none of them do because they're punks. So if you guys want to play, you should totally add me as a friend and play with me because it'll be awesome. I've already tried to play with a lot of my subscribers and stuff, so it's just more fun to play Dota with friends, even if they're bad or something, just because it's not as fun when you're playing with just random people. Kind of the same with like TF2 and stuff, so anyway, I guess that's it. Next time, hopefully, will be Zeus. It might be something else, though. We will see. I'm going to try and get a Zeus as soon as possible, though. So I will see you guys next time.